Yo guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a build guide for the top 5 support characters in Duet Night Abyss. The goal here is to get builds for all of them in one place, but also shine some light about what type of support they provide and with what playstyles they are most viable. As for the builds, these are all going to be budget builds, so don't expect high-end level 80 builds here. All my support characters are level 60, as I imagine most of yours are as well. Although some other characters do provide team buffs like Yellen Oliver, Hellfire, and Rhythm, they will not be in this guide, as I would say they are lower tier support compared to the rest and very niche as well. With that out of the way, let's get into it. So we need to start this video out with a very important topic, and it is about the Prime Demon Wedges, Serenity and Uplift. Serenity restores 7 sanity to the team every 3 seconds, and Uplift is an 11% damage increase for the team. So Serenity on one support, Uplift on the other, and your main damage dealer will be either using Prime or Morale or Resolve depending on their kit. Let's start with the best buffing character in the game, Truffle Filbert. She is 100% the #1 support currently for damage because of her damage skill. Not increasing attack percent, not increasing skill percent, not increasing crit chance, but increasing your overall damage. Something that is very hard to find in the game anywhere. This is what makes her unbeatable for the #1 buff spot. So let's get into her Demon Wedge setup. So most of these Demon Wedge setups are going to be very similar, but with Truffle Filbert, there is going to be a little bit of a difference, and that's because we want to get duration, and we're going to be able to do this with Wings Eternity, which is going to provide us with max sanity and skill duration. This is going to increase the duration of the uptime on her damage buff. So we're going to go with 2 of those, 1 Inspo Shards for skill efficiency, and then Wings Inspo for max sanity and efficiency. Then we have our Prime mod, like we talked about at the start of the video. We either want to go with Serenity or Uplift. Next up, we have Tabethe, a character I don't actually have yet, but was able to do some research on. I have had many comments in all of my build guides so far. Use Tabethe, especially in my Lisbel builds. Well, although Tabethe is really good, she is not the best for characters using a consonance weapon, and she is in no way better than Truffle Filbert to take the first slot as a support character. When using a consonance weapon, the main character is always going to out-buff Tabethe, but when it comes to skill damage builds with no consonance weapon, she is the way to go after Truffle and Filbert. So let's go over a budget build I would run for Tabethe. Tabethe is going to be very similar to Truffle and Filbert because the skill damage bonus that you're getting is coming also from her first ability, and it does have a duration. So if you can do 2 Wings Eternity, Wings Inspo with Inspo Shards, and then your Prime Wedge. Now we have Margie, who although is a very nice buffer, she is giving attack percent, which is currently a very oversaturated stat. You can get attack percent damage from almost anything you use. This is what keeps her out of most of my team comps, but she's very good for someone newer to the game with limited options and resources. So let's go over her build. And well, what do you know? Once again, we're going to make sure we have our Prime Wedge here, either Uplift or Serenity. Then we're going to be building into max sanity and skill efficiency with wedges like Wings Inspo, Inspo Shards, and Wings Shards. Next up, we have Daphne, basically our healer in Duet Night Abyss, although she is perfect for a team comp with Psyche because Psyche needs to be healed to stay in her flamboyant state. Past that, I would not run her outside of that comp. Her crit chance increase is multiplicative, not additive, and her damage buff for the team is on the low end compared to Truffle Filbert. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this is only for ANEMO damage characters. Definitely a good starter support for a player new to the game, but just not one I'm using unless I'm running Psyche. So let's go over her build. Once again, for the Demon Wedges, we are going with our Prime Wedge and then building into skill efficiency and sanity with Wings Inspo, Inspo Elapse and Shards, and then Wings Elapse. And now we have the main character who is going to buff weapon damage. This is great for consonance weapon users like Lisbel, as this is something we can't add with Demon Wedges, and Lisbel already has a very high attack percent. Her second buff is Flare, increasing trigger probability. Then she also provides Ultra Shields for the team with Flare. Lisbel and her make a perfect pair in my opinion, so let's get into the build. For the main character, we're going to be using a Prime Wedge, either Uplift or Serenity. Then we have Wings Inspo, Inspo Elapse and Shards, and then Wings Elapse. Once again, we want as much max sanity as we can get and skill efficiency. Now, our best choice for a buffing character's weapon is going to be Arclight Apocalypses. Landing a crit hit with this weapon randomly grants allies one of the following: 10% attack, 10% defense, 7.5% skill damage, or 10% duration. Of course, we are praying for the attack or skill damage buffs. Other than the bow, look out for duration, depending what might benefit the support you're using at the time to possibly extend their buff durations. Now, as far as a Demon Wedge setup for the Arclight, we are going to want to build into crit chance because we need to crit to proc this, but this does shoot a lot of arrows at once, and you only need one crit to proc it. You don't have to worry about re-critting over and over and over to keep it up. It does have a duration on it, so get some crit chance and you're basically good to go with this weapon. And that covers everything for this support character build guide. Any questions or suggestions about the builds, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe is appreciated. And if you ever need, I am live on Twitch. If you have any questions, stop in the chat. Let me know there. Link is in the description. Thanks, guys. Peace.